Aloha, and welcome to part 4 of Mega Man 10. We are now playing as Bass in Commando Man stage. Some things I didn't mention about Bass. He does handle exactly like he did in Mega Man and Bass. Therefore, he cannot run and shoot at the same time. He has to stand and shoot, unless he's jumping. In that case, he can move and jump and shoot. And so, if you want to shoot and move, jumping is your best course of action. Also, Bass cannot shoot through walls. So that's Mega Man and Proto Man can, but if Bass is overcome by an obstacle like a wall, then he can't shoot through it. Kinda fair, considering he could shoot in any direction and whatever. Anyway, we're at Commando Man, and Commando Man is a minesweeper robot. He is responsible for removing landmines by remote detonation of small explosives. He is busy fielding requests for his services from countries worldwide, but he does enjoy being able to taste oil from all over the world. You'd really like Oil Man, if you know what I mean. Eh? Commando Man stage is quite treacherous. There's a lot of quicksand, but believe me, it'll take ages to kill you if you stand in it for too long, so don't worry about that. In hard mode is the only time those mines in the sand actually create giant holes that you could fall into. Usually they just open up these small holes where these little crab robots shoot their spike balls at you. That's what it's like in easy and normal mode. In hard mode they actually open up pits, so you gotta watch where you're jumping. The sandstorms will push you in the direction that they're moving. For example, if it's moving left, it will push you left, and if you're running into spikes, that's no good. Or if you're running into a bottomless pit. What you want to do is kind of protect yourself by hiding in a spot where there's a wall you can run into. That way you're just running into the wall and you don't have to worry about falling or anything. Or you could do what I've been doing this whole level and just either go with the sandstorm or use rush trouble or whatever to get ahead. See, I'm rushing with the sandstorm, and even though I'm sort of not knowing where I'm going, I also have trouble to help me along as well. A risky move, but you know, I just figured I'd show you a quick way to get through Commando Man stage. Speaking of which, we're at Commando Man. Weak against Nitro Man's wheel cutter weapon, go figure. And what you want to do is basically get real close to him, as close as you can, and just keep hitting him, and every time he jumps, and he usually will jump half the time, other times he'll just do a sort of bomb-throwing attack. But anyway, he usually jumps, so you want to be close to him, and when he jumps, you just get behind him. The bomb he shoots will go in front of him and not behind him, so he'll never hit you with those bombs when you walk under him. And you just want to jump into him and keep spamming wheel cutter, and you should take him out like nothing. He's actually pretty easy if you remember to walk under his jumps. By defeating Commando Man, we get the Commando Bomb. It's basically a kind of crash bomb type weapon. You shoot a bomb, it explodes on a wall or on the floor, but you can actually move it in two different directions. You can actually choose to move it up, down, left, right, or wherever. This is Bass's shop. Bass is pretty much the same as Mega Man's. There's a few less items. They're a little bit more expensive, but he gets Trouble Rescue, which works like Beat does. He'll carry you out of holes if you fall in it. He has Trouble Item. He'll give you items just like Eddie. So it's pretty much the same thing as Mega Man. That bird in Bass's shop is named Reggae. Now, in case you're wondering who Reggae is Dr. Wily's pet bird that he invented to keep him company when the great doctor was lonely, apparently. He's only been in 2 games, besides Mega Man 10. He was in Dr. Light and Wily's Rockboard, a Japanese Monopoly kind of game, like a game that was only released in Japan, and it's kind of like Monopoly, and he was basically this bad card you didn't want to pick up because he would take all of your labs or money or special cards or something. I've actually tried it, and I might show that off sometime. It's actually kind of fun. And the other game was Mega Man 7. And I guess you're wondering, where was he in Mega Man 7? If you incorrectly put in a password wrong, his face shows up to laugh at you. That's it. Why Reggae is in Mega Man 10, I have no idea. Only the Japanese, or those few people who saw Mega Man 7's password screen, actually know who he is. But, I digress. We're in Blade Man stage, and I haven't been explaining anything about this stage. Blade Man is a World Heritage Ancient Castle robot guide. He gets his appearance from the fact that the castle's lord was a serious sword buff. He is well versed in weapons and swords, and once you get him talking on the subject, it's hard to get him to stop. Some visitors to the castle have been known to get frazzled up and leave. Shut up about the swords, Blade Man! This mini-boss I'd like to take out with Solar Blaze, since if you hit one of them at the top, the other flames will hit the other eyeballs. Anyway, you just saw how I did it. I'm sorry, I haven't been able to explain half the stage yet, but Blade Man stage has a lot of spikes, and you have to use those transporting minecart type platforms to get across. If you actually spend way too much time, the minecart will start beeping, and then it will go back to where it started. So you actually have to be quick on it, but you also have to make sure you're not hitting enemies, or you gotta make sure enemies aren't coming for you, and you gotta shoot them, and you gotta make sure you're landing on the platform, because a one fall is instant kill, and you don't want that. This is also one of the few castle stages in Mega Man. I know the last one in the classic series was Mega Man 6 with Nightman stage. So that's always fun. In easy mode, all of these spikes are covered up. It's ridiculous. I'm going to show it off in an extra video, but holy does easy mode change this level a lot. Seriously. Obviously, you saw earlier the Commando Bomb can destroy those blocks that the Metul right there is standing on. Like I said before, you can actually shoot the Commando Bomb in two different directions. When you shoot it, you can push it up directly into the sky, or you can push it down. And after you shoot it up or down, you can then move it right or left. So you can move it twice. And that's pretty awesome. The Commando Bomb is awesome. I fucked up there, so now I'm just going to use Rush Jet. Just use Rush Jet and keep shooting like crazy, and you should do okay. And yeah, now we're at Blade Man. I don't get hit by Blade Man, and considering this is hard mode, that's pretty fucking awesome. Like Chill Man's weapon to Nitro Man and Sheep Man's weapon to Pump Man, it's a cause and effect type deal here. You can't just shoot Commando Bomb onto Blade Man. You have to make sure that it hits a wall so that the explosion it creates hits Blade Man, because that's his weakness. If you just hit Blade Man with the Commando Bomb, it's not going to hurt him. I find Blade Man's actually easy. I know it seems like it's too much with all the swords he's sending at you, but really, just do the pattern I'm doing. Just move in the same directions I do. Try and jump in that one open space the blades create, and you should do fine. I didn't get hit. It made it look pretty fucking easy, didn't I? In easy and normal, he shoots way fewer blades, so he's not that bad. By defeating Blade Man, though, you get the best special weapon in the game, Triple Blade. Not only can you shoot so much of it, it hits enemies like 3 times. Like, if you hit a guy close up with the Triple Blade, it counts as 3 separate hits, and it just fucking rapes him and destroys him like nothing. So yeah, Blade Man's weapon's awesome. Anyway, folks, we're going to be going after the final Robot Master in Part 5. See you then.